Welcome to the Icaran sector. This is Andrew. This is more solohammer. This is 2,000 points of Death Guard versus 2,000 points of Imperial Knights with a little bit of Sisters. So yeah, I found a way to get the full-size table. I've got this lovely barrier here, which will probably look great on camera, but never mind. So yeah, today I'm playing with Sisters of Battle and Knights. When I show the armies, I will talk a little bit about some of the choices I've made. Today I'm also playing something slightly different. Watching a conversation online somewhere, they were talking about using the older 8th Maelstrom cards, and I thought, well, let's give it a try. So I've got 2 packs of Maelstrom cards. The eagle-eyed among you will spot that these are Custodes ones because I neither have the Knights or the Sisters cards, but I've done this specifically because I've only chosen the Secure and Defend and anything to do with these. So we've got Priority Orders, Mission Critical, and is it called Supremacy? Supremacy. So they're both only got 9 cards in each. So we will play off for those, and they've got objectives scattered around the battlefield. So 1, 2, 6. So they're 6 inches from the edge, 12 inches away from each other. And the orders from High Command will change slightly. So we're here on the planet of Our Lady's Grace, and the Death Guard have come stomping down, and the Knights and the Sisters who are from this planet have rushed to meet this new force with what they could scrape together. So yeah, and we have today's deployment. So we'll be deploying short edge to short edge, and we'll go from there. So let's go look at the armies. So here we have 2,000 points of the Death Guard. Warlord for today, he has disgustingly resilient warlord traits. We've got a 5-up Feel No Pain, and he also has the Suppurating Plate Relic, so he can throw mortal wounds back. He's next to a Plague Caster, who has Miasma, Pestilence, and Putrescent Vitality. Spent 2 CP to give him the Iron Clot Furnace, because we are running as Poxmongers as usual, so you can throw up demon saves up to 4+ on a unit. And he has given him the Warlord trait Arch Contaminator, so reroll all plague weapons within a 6-inch aura of him. 2 characters in the elite slot, so Noxious Brightbringer and Foul Blightspawn for extra hitting and that lovely Flamer. In the troops, for points, 19 Poxwalkers. We've got 7 men with 2 special weapons, Blade Launcher and Plasma, and the Sergeant equivalent has a Plasma. Another 7 men with Plasma on the Sergeant and Power Fist, the Spewer and the Mace. And then in the elites, we've got Blightlord Terminator. So Blightlord Terminator, the Blightlord Champion, has Combi Plasma and Bale Sword. There is a Combi Melter, Combi Flamer, and the Blight Launcher and Bale Sword on the special weapon 1. In the fast attack, we have 2 Myphitic Blade Haulers in a unit together, and 2 Fetid Blood Drones in the heavy, and then 2 Plague Burst Crawlers in the heavy slots with the Entropy Cannons, and then a Rhino for transportation. Right, let's go have a look at the other side. So we have 2,000 points and Sisters and Knights. A bit of admin to begin with. I'm using the slightly modified rules for these. So the Sisters, I'm not paying the 2 command points for the patrol detachment, and they're not losing Miracle Dice. So they'll keep hold of the Miracle Dice, but they won't have access to the Acts of Faith for this battle as a balance off. And then there's sort of 1,500 points of Knights and about 500 points of Sisters. The overall Warlord is Athena, and she has the Warlord trait Iron Bulwark and Armour of the Sainted Iron to give her a 2-up save, And she's running as an errant today, so she's got the cannon, she's got the Thunderstrike Gauntlet, and the Twin Icarus auto cannon on top for flyers. There is a unit of two Helverins with Stubbers, a unit of 3 Warglaives with Melters, and a unit of 2 Warglaives with Stubbers, and we're paying the command point for Stubbers to be AP -1. And then in the Sisters, this is a patrol. Sister Superior with Condemned Bolt Rifle and Power Sword. 13 Sisters, Combi Flamer, Heavy Flamer, and lots of bolter shots. In the Elite, we've got the Sacrosancts coming out for the first time with Halberds, and then the special Anointed Spear. In the Fast Attack, Dominions with Flamers and Combi Melter Power Sword, and the Seraphim with 2 Inferno Pistols, and then the Sword and Plasma Pistol on the Superior. And then again another first time model. We have here the Immolator with the Immolator Flamers, and that is about 2,000 points of Knights. Alright, end of deployment. The Death Guard run the roll off, they decided to be attacker. So the Sisters and the Knights chose this side, and they set up on that objective big blob of gulls. The 3 Warglaives there, Big Knight in the middle, Immolator and Dominions in a batch there. In the Immolator there is the Sacrosancts and the Canoness, and then the 2 Helverins at the back here. And then moving all the way around, for the Death Guard we have the 2 drones out of line of sight for now. The blob here in the middle with potential for invols, and then troops on this side. And in here there are the Noxious Blightbringer, the Fetid Blightspawn, and the 7 Marines with the more close combat orientated. And in reserves there is the Warlord and the Terminators. So now we need to determine who goes off first. So again, red for Knights, green for the Death Guard. The Death Guard will take first turn. Yep. As we'll go into turn 1. Before turn 1, I paid 2 command points, or the Knight player paid 2 command points to put these 2 in strategic reserve, so they can come on a bit later, as well as, and then of course the Seraphim are jumping down later as well. So both have things in reserve, things in transportation. Right, now we'll go on to turn 1. Orders came in for the first turn, and this looks like it's not going to be a straightforward one. We've got defend 2, which is over there. Secure 5, which is that one over there. And secure 1, which is this one here, which is doable. And then we've got defend 3, which is over there. Defend 4, which is here. And defend 5. Oh, sorry, defend 6, which is over there. So this is going to be an interesting one. And the Dominions need to make their pre-game move. End of the movement phase. Poxwalker advance, the Rhino advance, securing them objective 1. These guys moved up here, but they might be out of range. This one advanced, that one didn't move there. My two Black Haulers moved 10 in the command phase. They got given their 4+ invul, and everything stayed still there because they've got line of sight on big targets of opportunity. So we will go on to the psychic phase, and the only thing he can do is put miasma on this one. 11, that goes off. So this one here is -1 to hit. I will put that there and actually remember it. And we'll go on to the shooting phase. So the first thing is going to shoot. These 2 will put all of their weapons into the front one. And we have paid a command point for rotate iron shields. So do it all at the same time because they'll get the same target. Multi-melters. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 3s. Saving on 4-ups. One goes through, doing d6 damage for 3. So 9 wounds remaining on the front one. And 2 crack missiles, hitting on 3s. Wounding on 3s. No wounds. Alright, so we've got fair shots onto there. And then the only other things that can shoot will be these guys here. So we'll put all of the entropy cannons into the big thing, because we need to bring that one down a little bit. And put the mortars into him, try and bring her down. So we'll do them all at the same time. 4 entropy cannons, hitting on 3s. Wounding on 4s. Oh no, wounding on 4s, strength 8. One goes through, 4 up invul. That passes. And then 2d6 for the mortars. 4 and 3. Onto the front warglaive, hitting on 3s. Wounding on 3s. 3 AP. -2, so 4 up invul. One goes through and it does 2 more damage. Bring that one down to 7. Is very much... So that is all the shooting for now. Alright, no charging. Everything's out of charge range. Let's double check actually on these guys before you actually sign off. Yep, they're definitely out of range. So end of turn 1, we score 1 victory point. And putting the score 1-0 as we're into turn 1 for the knights. Into the movement phase. Our first miracle dice is a 2. Lovely. Everything move around here to try and take down that and then what's inside. Immolator moved around for backup. They didn't move. They didn't move. The Dominions move forward. They move forward to try and defend 4. And 3 and 6. That's not going to happen. So that is the end of there. So we'll go on to the shooting phase. The first thing I'm going to do is shoot the Dominions at there. And I'm going to pay 3 command points for Holy Trinity. So there's combi melter and 4 flamers, so we'll get +1 to wound. And then cleanse by fire. So I don't have to roll for the flamers, they all get 6. So that's 3 CP, but we'll put it all onto that one there and they're all in round. So first of all, coming over here, we'll do the bolt gun, hitting on 4s. Ooh, that was 1 hit. Wounding on 4s, nope. Melter hits on a 4. And we'll wound on a 2. And then a 5-up demon save. D6 +2. Oh, D6 +1 I suppose, so that's 6 damage. Putting it down to 3 wounds. They start off on 9. And then the flamers would be wounding on 5s. They're now wounding on 4s. I should have said that the sisters are acting as the Bloody Rose today, so they've got a Bloody Rose strat. And but for now, wounding on 4s. Yeah. So these will save on 3s. Ooh. 2 wounds, putting it down to 1. Oh. That is something. Alright, we'll shoot the first one. We'll put the melter into there and then the thermal spear into there. So the melter hits on a 3, does not hit. I can re-roll 1, hits, wounds on a 3, save on a 5-up, and it will blow up on a 4. Nope. So the Death Guard take their first casualty. And D3 shots. 2, hitting on 3s. Wounding on 3s. No save. D6 +2 damage. 8. I'm sorry, it's not D6 +2, it's 2D6, pick the highest. And that was a 6 anyway, so There's no disgusting resilient on the Rhino, so that one is taken down to 4 wounds. We will repeat with this one at the back. Earhart will put everything into there. So the melter hits, wounds, d6 for 6. Does it blow up? Oh no, hang on a minute. Use the right dice. Does it blow up? No. And there are 4, 6. There are 8 people inside. So on ones, 2 of them don't get out. The last one to fire will put everything into the guys at the front. Melter hits, wounds will go straight through for 2 damage, which will take 1 down. And the thermal cannon, 1 shot, hits on a 3, wounds on a 3, and 2d6 pick the highest. Good. We'll take another 1 down. So they've lost 4 of them. Oh gee. The last things to fire. So the 2 Helverins will put all of their shots into there. The stubbers are out of range of anything. So we'll do 1 at a time because of the re-rolls. So 4d3. 2, 4, 6. Hitting on 3s. I can re-roll 1. Wounding on 3s. So that's 3 4-up saves. And that's 3 damage down to 2. Putting that one down to 7. And same again. So that was a 2. So 3, 4, 5, 6. Hitting on 3s. I can reroll 1. Wounding on 3s. Oh, wounding on 4s, sorry. That may have saved you the wound, right. 3 4-up saves. So that's 2 4 damage, putting it down to 3. The last thing left to fire is the big knight. He will put his stubber into... Yeah, put the stubber into the Poxwalker. And then everything else into the fetid bloat drone at the top there. So the stubber's hitting on 3s. Wounding on 4s. No save. Disgustingly resilient. No. So 2 Poxwalkers go down. Heavy fall from the Icarus rocket pod. Hitting on 2s because it's +1 to hit fly. Wounding on 4s. AP -1, saving on 4s. They both saved. And D6 from the thermal spear for 1. Hitting on 3. Wounding on 3. 5-up invul. That passes. Alright. That is the end of the shooting phase. Because these girls are out of range just now. I think about some charges. Decided over here I need to play the mission, not charge this side because I'm defending 4. And that's quite a lot of defense. Trying to decide what to do. So if I go here to here, it's a 10-inch charge. And I get to shut them down. And then these other guys can charge in here. But if that one fails, then there's no other charges. So I'm going to put this one into the Plague Marines here. 5, 6 for +1. So there's a 9-inch there, which becomes an 8. 5, 6, 7. That one does not go off. So it's all left to that one there. as we go on to the charge fight phase. So I'm putting everything into the Marines. I'm going to use the heavy one because it'll be 3 damage down to 2. So hitting on 3s, and I can re-roll 1. Wounding on 2s because it's strength times 2, strength 12. AP minus 3. So they get 6 up saves. And there's 1 left, which will be the mace. That did not quite go to plan. Or the flail of corruption. So he gets 4 attacks, hitting on 3s. Wounding on 5s. AP minus 2, 5 up save. And that does 2 damage. Putting that one onto 5 wounds and bracketing it. And that is the end of turn 1 completely. So I'm going to keep some of the older rules. So we can discard 1. Let's discard secure objective 2. And we'll discard defend 3, which is this one over here. Oh, and I forgot the sisters didn't destroy units, so they don't get a miracle dice, do they? These need to take a morale check. 5, 10. Oh, yeah, he's running away. They lost 6. Yeah. Well, that was not in combat, that's something. But we'll try and bog that one down, I think. So we'll go on to turn 2. Turn 2, so we've got mission critical 6, which is the one the bloke drone is on, so he might not move. Defend 6, which also means he's not going to move. And we picked up defend 2, which is the one we have. And we'll go on to the movement phase. And the movement phase, the Poxwalkers and the Blightbringer have moved forward. They've stayed still. We've moved forward here. And the Terminators and the Lord of Contagion have dropped in to take that objective and defend it. And everything else can move and charge the big thing there. And that is that's the end of the movement phase. We'll go on to the psychic phase. Oh, in the command phase, the leading one has a 4-up invul. And we'll put miasma on it as well. 6. Yeah. So that one is -1 to hit again. And then we'll go straight through to the shooting phase. So first thing, we're going to put the flamer, or the spewer, into him. So 5 shots. I'm not going to pay for rotate. Got 5 wounds left. Wounding on 4s. Saving on the 5-up. And that's 4 damage. Down to 1. Plasma pistol. Hits, not overcharged. Wounds. Nope. Does it explode? No, it does not explode. So we take down our first knight. Well, 3 bolt weapons and 1 plasma rifle in range of that one there. So the bolt guns hit on 3s. Wound on 5s. No wounds, and the single plasma shot hits. Wounds on 4 wounds. 5-up invul, and we pass the invul. So moving on to here, these 2 here will put the bile spurt into the little girls and the big things into the big fella there, who is now toughness 7 because of contagions. So 2d3 for the bile spurt. 4, hitting on 3s. The wrong dice again. Wounding on 3s. Strength 6. Wounding on 2s. AP -1. Saving on 4s. And 1 flamer comes down. And then the multi-melter hits on 3s. Wounds on threes. 4-up invul save. We make that. And the 2 rockets. Hits on threes. Nothing. The plague splitter will go up at the big guy as well. 2d6. 5. Wounding on 5s. Rerolling the 1s. No wounds there. So again, these 2 will fire just everything at that. So the 4 entropy cannons hitting on 3s. Wounding on 3s, rerolling everything. 4-up invuls. And D3 plus 3. So that's 2, that's 5. And then coming in with the stubbers. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 5s. 1 wound, saving on a 3. AP minus 1, I've got 2-up save. Yep. And then the mortars. So 9 shots. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 3s, because it's now toughness 7. Rerolling everything. So that's 2, 4, 6. 6 4-up saves. And that's 4 damage in total. And the knight onto 14 wounds. And the last thing to shoot is the Terminators, which I will double check. So the Terminators will fire the plasma and the melter as they are, so they don't get -1 to hit. Then there is a flamer, and I'll fire the combi part of the flamer because that's all hits on the 4, and then 2 combi bolters. So the combi bolters going first, hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s because the warlord is right by, and wounding on 5s. 1 2-up save. That's okay. These combis hit on a 4. Wound on a 5. Flamer. 6. Wounding on 5s. And a 2-up save. The melter hits. Wounds on a 3. 4-up invul. Yep. The plasma overcharging, hitting on 3s. Wounding on 3s. 2 4-up saves. And that will be 2 damage. Putting it down to 12 wounds. Is it bracketed yet? Yeah, 12. It's now in the middle bracket. And that is the end of the shooting phase. That's a bit more damaging this time. And we will go into the charge phase. So charging in first will be the blight haulers. They will be in. The bloat drone will be in. And then we need a 9-inch charge from the warlord. No. So that is the end of the charge phase. And we'll go on to getting some dice set up. So the blight haulers will go first. They get 4 attacks each. Hitting on 3s. No rerolls. Wounding on strength 6. Wounding on 5s. Rerolling 1s. And these are AP minus 2, so 4-up saves. And they're 1 damage apiece, putting down to 10. And then 4 attacks from the probe, the drone even, sorry. Wounding on 5s. Rerolling 1s because it's a plague weapon. These will save on 3s. So we just lose the 2 wounds from putting us on to 10 there. And, alright, change of plan. So the knight will stomp, so 3 attacks for every 1, onto the The Blight Hauler's hitting on 4s, and I get to re-roll 1. Wounding on 3s. 3. And they're 5 up invul. So 2 go through. So I will only kill 1 because D3 minus 1 is maximum. Oh no, I might not actually kill it at all. Yeah, so that is 3 damage in total. So it will kill 1. This will explode on a 4. So that's a 3, so it does not explode. So we will just take down the 1 Blight Hauler there. And so at the end of the turn for the Death Guard, we get 1 point for holding 6, and we will get 2 points for the defending objective 4. So putting the score on to 2 points to 2. End of the movement phase. We've stayed still at the back here for now, in case we need to hold some objectives. We've pushed forward here. These guys hopped up so that could push back. And then from reserves, we came in here to shoot at the Warlord. If we can remove these 2, or remove that one first, then we can put shots at the Warlord. And the girls will jump down there to try and deal with the Psyker. So I guess these girls should probably push forward next turn. As we go on to the shooting phase. So we'll start off here. We'll put the Immolation Flamers into there and the Heavy Bolter into there. So the Bolter hits on 3s. Wounds on 4s. Save on 3s because they're in cover. So that will kill 1 of them. And the Immolation Flamer. So the Immolation Flamer will go down at this nasty thing here. 2d6 for 8. Wounding on 3s. And 5. Saving on 4s. That's 3 damage. So he has 1 wound left. So we'll put the Melter into there and then the Thermal Spear into there. Melter hits, wounds, no save. So we will remove that one. D3 shots for 3. Hitting on 3s, I can reroll 1. Wounding on 3s. Saving on 6 because they're in cover. And it's D6 damage for 4. So that will take another 1 down. And we'll put all of his shots up there as well. Melter, I can reroll 1. Hits, doesn't wound. D3. Hits, doesn't wound. And that's this area finished. So we'll start with these putting everything into the blow drone. So the first one, 6, 7, 8. Hitting on 3s. I can reroll 1. Oh, that was 4. Right. Wounding on 4s. 5 up invuls. So 2 go through for 4 damage. So 5 wounds left over there. As the next one fires in. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hitting on 3s with a single reroll. It's a bit better. Wounding on 4s. And saving on 4s. So that just takes another 2 damage, putting it down to 3. So the big thing we'll put is autocannon and the stubber into that, and then the thermal melter spear thing into the Myphatic Blight Hauler. So 3 shots for the stubber. 1 hit, wounding on a 5. 4 hitting on 4s. Wounding on 4s. Saving on 4s. So that's 2 damage, putting it down to 1. And D6 for the thermal spear for 2. Hitting on 4s, and I can reroll 1. Wounding on 3s. 5 up invul. 2d6 damage, pick the highest, so that's 4. Bring that on down to 5. So we'll pay the 3 command points again, putting us down to 3 in total. So that the flamers will auto 6, and the everything will get +1 to wound for Holy Trinity. So the bolter and 1 flamer will go into there, 2 flamers and the melter into that one there. So the bolter hitting on 4s, wounding on 4s. Nope. Flamers wounding on 4s, saving on a 3. And the melter hits on a 4, wounds on a 2, 5 up invul, D6 at this range for just the 1. Oh, putting that down to 4, and 2 flamers wounding on 4s because of +1 to wound. Saving on 3s. So just 2 more wounds. Right, so these guys will put their shots down into the so there's a plasma, not overcharged, hitting on a 3. No, bolt pistols, nothing. So the first one with the cross on the top at the back there will put its melter into that one, and its thermal spear, or thermal spear into that one. So the melter hits on a 3, and I can re-roll 1. 1 shot hits on a 3, wounds on a 3, 5 up save, D6 damage for 3 going down to 2, and that blows up on a 4. Yes. Well, here's something. I should have been -1 to hit firing at those guys for the whole game. I missed that. But it does 1 mortal wound onto the knight. Oh, and I'm missing all sorts of thinking innate terms. They could have shot at the warlord, no problem, but at least that thing blew up. So that one took a mortal wound, and the sisters up here were just out of range. So the last thing to fire will be that thing, and we will go into the warlord, because we might as well try and take some damage off it. Melter. Doesn't hit. Thermal spear. 2 hits. Hitting on 3s. I can re-roll 1. And that's not going to happen then. Right. I guess into the charge phase. So this will charge the Poxwalkers and the... Yeah, that'll go in there with a charge of a 6 for +1. And we'll charge in just the Poxwalkers. Oh yes. So the big warlord will charge the bloat drone. Yeah. Actually, I bet you they can still shoot and charge, right? Yeah, we can declare a charge and when it fall back. Yep. That goes. Oh, I don't think I already rolled that, didn't I? Now a 9-inch for the +2 for. It's 11-inch charge for the warlord. 10 for give it a go. No, never mind. So we'll move this one in here. And we will start with this one, putting 4 attacks onto the right blinger, hitting on 3s, wounding on 2s, and -3, so saving on 6s. That's 2, 4, 6 damage. And he only has 4 wounds, so he's taken down. And then we'll do from, there's no point in interrupting, so we will do 8 attacks from the other knight, other Almager Warblade into there, hitting on 3s. I can reroll one. Strength 6. Strength 6. Wounding on 3s. 5. They're 1 damage apiece. 6 up, feel no pain. So 4 of them. Oh, I forgot the charge there. So they need a 9-inch charge. No. Oh dear. Those girls are in trouble. Then the... Ooh. No, I want weight of attacks, I think. So 12 attacks, hitting on 4s. Wounding on 3s. So 5, saving on the 5 up invul. So that's 4d3. It's very much dead. 1, 2, 3, 4 damage. That's not a lot. And he's also did it on a 4. Yeah, that blows up, doing another singular mortal wound to the knight in the process, taking down some more. Ooh, pushing these guys back. So at the end of turn 2, because of the way I've set these objectives up, we have defended 6, and we also have defended 2 on this side, because they probably should have been drawing them in their own command phase, but I draw them all at the start of the turn, so they have gone 2 turns. So yeah, that's my silliness. Right. So putting the score, 4 points to the Death Guard, 3 points, 4 points to the Death Guard, 4 points to the Sisters Knights. Oh, sorry, the Poxwalker's doing it to attack back. Right, we'll do the Poxwalker's attacking back. So there are 6 attacks onto this one, 7 attacks onto this one, so they each get 2 attacks each. So the 6 attacks first, hitting on 4s. And wounding on their -1 toughness, ooh, 6. Still wounding on 6s. And saving on a 3. Yep. And then the other one's coming through, hitting on 4s. Oh, that's much better. Wounding on 6s. So that was 2. Saving on 3s. Yeah, that one will live to fight another day. And at the end of the turn, we will discard this one, and we will discard this one, and we will draw some more. So the order's coming in. Secure 4. Priority objective 1, and that score double points if we can defend that one. And then supremacy, control 3 or more. Got supremacy again here, mission critical 6, and secure 6. So we need, the Knights need to take that one, and the Death Guard needs to take this one. So this is going to be interesting. And we've got onto the movement phase for the Death Guard. End of the movement phase. The Poxwalkers fell back, so we'll put shots in there. These guys have moved forward. Again, that one's got the 4 up invul. We played Deadwalk again, so we got 4 Poxwalkers back to the mob here. And the Warlord has gone off to take care of those guys, and hopefully we can take down the big Titan there. So we'll go on to the Psychic phase. Again, we'll miasma the front one, making it -1 to hit. And we'll put Smite onto this one here. That goes off for D3. Oh, actually. And then we will go on to the shooting phase. So we'll start here, we'll put everything onto the already injured one. 2 bolters. 2 plasma. And the blight launcher. We will overcharge the plasma, why not? Bolters first, hitting on 3s. Wounding on 5s. Plasma. It's the sergeant. And the non-sergeant. They're okay. Wounding on 3s. Saving on a 5. So that's another 2 damage. And the blight launcher. No hits. Alright, well that puts paid to that one then. The front one, we'll put everything at the Warlord. So the stubbers. Hit. Well, we're in contagion range. 7 inches now, we're just outside. And a 3-up save, -1. The entropy cannons, no hits. D6 for 3. 1 hit. Wounding on a 4. Rerolling everything. 4-up invul. And that's 2 damage. Putting that one down to 6 wounds left. The second one at the back, we'll put everything onto the injured one here. And the stubbers into the girls at the back there. Stubbers. 3 hits. Wounding on 3s. Saving on 4s. So that's 2 of them that go down. That's the pistols. And then everything into here. So, entropy cannons. 1 hit. Wounding on a 3. Re-rolling everything. Yep. Oh, rotate and shield. Rotate and shield. That's saved. Mortar, 1 hit. Doesn't hit. Oh, those guys have not done well. Right. So we'll do the same again with the Terminators. Everything into the Warlord. So we've got 1 combi bolter that's hitting on 4s. 1 that's hitting on 3s. We're now outside of reroll range. Wounding on 6s. Saving on a 2. Melter. Wounding on 6s. 2 saves of 2 up. The plasma. Good job I didn't say that was overcharged. And the melter. Hits. Wounds. 4-up invul. D6 damage. For 5. We're down to 1 wound left. Oof. And that is the end of that. We will declare some charges. So the Warlord will go into here and needs a 5. And the Terminators will go into the big fella here and they need a 10 because they're coming out of the rough terrain. So the Warlord, he gets in and the Terminators get a 9. They do not get in. But we will spend... Well, we've got 2 CP left. No, we won't spend a command point on Overwatch. So right at the back there, he has 5 attacks. Hitting on 2s. Wounding on strength time 2. Strength 8. So wounding on 3s. And then that's AP -3, 6 up saves. 1 goes through for a flat 3 damage. So he's on 9 wounds and he's going to attack back. So he's going to do the strong 4 attacks, hitting on 3s, and they can reroll 1. This is toughness. Toughness 5. Strength. 6 times 2. Yeah. Wounding on 2s. So 4 up invul saves. So 2 go through, 4 damage. He gets revoltingly resilient. So he takes 3 damage, putting him down to 3 wounds. So at the end of the turn, we don't get supremacy, we're holding only 2 places. We didn't get 1 and we didn't get 4, which are the ones in the middle here. All right, so we will go on to turn, we'll go on to turn 3 for the Knights and Sisters. End of the movement phase, shuffled here finally, shuffle around there, holding the objective, still holding that one. We've moved forward here. The Sacrosancts have hopped out and over the barrier with the warlord, with the Canoness. We moved around here to do lots of damage. The back there. Really, we need to take that one down, but we do need to take the warlord over there out of the way. And we will go on to the shooting phase. So we will start with the Immolator putting flamers into there, bolter into there. So bolter hits on 3s, wounds on 4s, save on 3s, and the flamer 10 wounding on 3s, 2, 4, 6, and then their feel no pain. Now we take 6 of them straight away. So put everything from here into these guys here. So the melter doesn't hit, I can reroll 1. Hits, doesn't wound. Thermal spear for 3. Hits on 3s. Wounds on 3s. No, nothing. That's lovely. So this one will put all its shots into the 4 up invul. Melter. Hits. Wounds. 4 up. D6 plus 1. So that's 5. Putting it down to 7. And thermal spear. 2 shots. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 4s. And 4 up invul. Well, make it that time. The big fella here will put all his shots onto those guys. The auto cannon hits on 5s, wounds on not that. Stubber hits on 5s, and D6 for 6. Hits on 5s, and I can reroll 1. Wound on 3s, and a 4 invul, and D6, 2 damage, putting 1 down to 1. Do all the shots from there into the Terminators as well. So 4d3, 3, 6, 9, 10. Hitting on 3s, but with a single reroll. Wounding on 3s. Saving on 3s. So that will kill 1 and put the other one down to 1. We'll finish over this side, so put all of our shots here onto that one. So there are 4 bolt pistols. Wounding on 5. Oh, yeah, that will do it. Saving on 3s. And then there is the thermal, which misses it. Oh, reroll 1s because the captain's right. Never mind. The captain, Canoness, gets 2 shots. No wounds because that's tough in the fight, isn't it? So coming over here, the one that's -1 to hit 'cause it fell back will shoot at the Warlord, and that one will shoot at the Terminators. So into the Warlord, the Melter hits on a 4. Thermal Spear, 2 hits, hitting on 4s, wounding on 3s, 4 up invul, 2d6, pick the highest. So that's 5, that's 4. To keep the Warlord alive. 3 damage, it's got 3 wounds left. The Warlord falls, and into the Terminators. The Melter doesn't hit. Thermal Spear, 3. 3 hits, wounding on 3s. 4 up invuls. And this range 2d6, pick the highest. Which will kill the 1-on-1 wound anyway. Right. Then the last thing to fire is these ladies here. So there is 2 with the not thermal pistols, what are they called? Inferno pistols. 2 with Inferno pistols and 1 with a plasma. And these are going into the back one that doesn't have the 5 up invul. So the Inferno pistols all hit, will wound on 4s, 5 up invul, and d6 +2 or +1, so 6 damage on the back one, and the plasma hits, wounds, doesn't save, so 7 damage. Putting that one back down to 5. Into the charge phase. He was also into the Poxwalkers. He was also into the Poxwalkers and that one. So these ladies will charge in 7. And if the Canoness can make a long bomb charge, she will go in as well. She's all +1 to charge. This is a 12-inch charge across there. You never know. No. And these sisters will charge in there, and we will spend a command point for Overwatch there. 6 should get them in. And the Stubber. No hits. Entropy cannons. No hits. 2 for the Mortar. No hits. And to wrap it off, the Immolator charged in as well, as we do control 3 objectives, so we can leave that one behind just now, for we will get Supremacy. And we will go on to the fight phase. I don't know if worth interrupting anywhere, so we will start with, we'll just start on the chain. So this one will go into the Poxwalkers. 8 attacks, hitting on 3s, and I can reroll 1. Wounding on 3s. So that's 6. 6, feel no pains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The Immolator gets 3 attacks. Hitting on 6s. Nothing, okay. The big fella here will put 4 attacks into that one, which is, he's -1 to hit. Did I forget that? Shit. Hitting on 4s. I can reroll 1. Wounding on 3s. Saving on 4 up. That's okay. The Sacrosanct. Right, I'm paying 2 command points. We've got 1 left for exceptional proficiency. So they get +1 to hit. So they'll be hitting on 3s again. And then 6s auto wound with the Bloody Rose stratagem. So the first one hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s because the Canoness is there. So that's an auto wound. And then hitting on 3s. That's an auto wound. And 6. So these will be wounding on 5s. No wounds there. AP -3, so saving up on the 4-up invul. They both save. Right, that didn't do much good. The Canoness, she has 4 attacks. Hitting on 3s, wounding on 6s, 4-up invul, and that passes. That's pretty stalematy. And then we'll go around here. So they get 1 attack each with the regular attack. 2 hits, 1 wound, saving on a 3. That takes a wound at the back, and the power sword. 2 hits, no wounds. So at the end of turn 3, we've chunked up the middle here. Oh, again, the Poxwalkers get to attack back. The 6 there. So 1 onto this one, 3 on there, 2 on there. So onto the back one, hits on, it's a bit cocked. Poxwalkers hit on a 3, or was it 4? Oh, no, 4, right. Wound on a 5, save on a 3, yep. And there's 2 on the other knight, 3 hits, no wounds. And then into the Immolator, 2 hits, no wounds. And that is the end of that one. So we will score D3 victory points for 2 for Supremacy. And we do not have these ones yet. We'll keep hold of those. And we will burn that one to draw another one as we go on to turn 4 for the rather beleaguered Death Guard. And we also completely forgot the 2 attacks back there. So we actually killed a Celestian and we killed another Seraphim at the back there, which is quite handy. They didn't move, everything stayed as it is there. We played the Dead Walk again, we got 6 back, and the Terminators are moving off that way. Hopefully we can destroy this one and then go charging in at the back there. So we'll go on to the Psychic phase again. Oh, again, the one at the front here has the 4-up invul and miasma. So it's -1 to hit. And we'll go for a cheeky smite. 10. Alright, so we will try and deny that with the unit. That doesn't deny. And then we'll use our last command point for Purity of Faith. On a 4+, that spell has psychic power is denied, so there is no smite, and we have no command point. As we go into the shooting phase. So we've spent a CP on Billows Blood Rush, so we can both fire our blast weapons and we're hitting on 3s. So the Heavy Stubber into the Celestians, hitting on 3s, wounding on 2s, because they're toughness 2, saving on 4s, so we take down another one. The Entropy Cannons, 1 hit, wounds, 4-up invul, no, so we take down another one. Oh, that's the, and D6 for 6, ooh, hitting on 3s, yeah, it's still not bracketed, wounding on 2s, and reroll, so, yeah, 6, 4-ups, the other sisters say no, we will not lose any more. So we will try and finish off the big fella here with the Terminators. So the Plasma, not overcharging. 2 hits, wounds on 3s. 4-up invul, makes it. The Melter hits. That's very cocked. Wounds, 4 up invul, makes it. Blight launcher. 2 hits, wounds on 5s. And the combi bolter. 1 hit, 2 up. And that survives again. We might have to change our charge plans. And the one at the back here will fire into the sisters. So it can't fire the mortar, but it can fire the stubber, hitting on 5s. Yep, hitting on 5s with a -1, and it's bracketed. Wounding on 2s. Saving on 4s. Nope. That is actually them cleared off. As we go into the charge phase, and I guess the Terminators, no command points for Overwatch, 6, let's have a look. Swapping a command point for Vermid Whispers, so it's +1 to hit, Bale Sword, Bale Axe, so the Bale Sword hits on 2s, and will, strength 5 will wound on 5s, AP -3, so save on 5s. And that one goes through, and it is a single damage. Now there's a command point. Oh no, we don't have any command points. So on a D6, it blows up, explodes 2d6 inches for 11, and everything around it suffers D6 mortal wounds. So D6 mortal wounds hits this unit, the Terminators, that, the Canoness, the Celestines, and the mortar. Right, so let's start. These sisters don't mind, it's worth it. D6 for 3. The Terminators for 6. So that will kill 1. So that's 5 left. 3. That one down to a single wound. This one will suffer 1 mortal wound, putting it down to 11. D6 on the one here for 6, bring it down to 3. The Canoness takes 4. She might be dead. 3 for the Celestines, they're out. And the Plague Bear's mortar takes 5, leaving on 2 wounds. So the Canoness took 4. Canoness with her extra relic actually has 6 wounds. She's got 2 left. But that was big damage. So we'll come round here. And first we'll start with this one doing... No, we'll start with this one doing its attacks onto there. See if we can... bring that one down. So 4 attacks, hitting on 4s, reroll 1, wounding on 3s, 4 up invuls, it fails them all. This one explodes on a 6. That one does not explode, but we'll finally remove one of those. So we'll count up for the Poxwalkers and what they can attack, and then come back. So there is attacks onto this one, attacks onto this one. Ooh, easy. Attacks onto this one. So we'll hit on 4s. And wound on 5s. Oh, 6s, sorry. Nothing. Onto the Immolator. These ones on 5s. So that's 3. Yep, they save there. And the last ones. And then wound on 5s. And a save on a 3. Poxwalkers hold them up a bit longer. So we will do 8 attacks from this one. Hitting on 3s. I can reroll one of them. Wounding on 3s. 2 6s. No. 3 attacks from the immolator hitting on 6s. Nothing. So at the end of turn 3 for the Death Guard, we don't score any objectives, and we took down the big thing, but at a price. So we will go on to turn 3 for the Knights and Sisters. So finally remembering I had miracle dice, I used the 6 to advance the Canoness onto objective 6. So we've got secure and we've got critical objective. And everything else just moved around, take shots. That fell out of combat, so it can charge the Psyker. We remained in combat here. Move forward, move forward. So we will go on to the shooting phase. We will start in combat here, so we can put the Melter. Hits. Doesn't wound. And the Heavy Bolter from there, it's on 4s. Wound on 3s. And then 6s. 6s. So we will actually kill 2. And we'll go the shooting phase over here for the first one into the Terminators. 4d3. 2, 4, 6, 9. Hitting on 3s. I can reroll that one. Wounding on 3s. 5. 4 invols. Oh. That rather wipes out the Terminators. Which leaves the only other one that can shoot. The one at the back will shoot. Can I even see? No, that concludes the shooting phase because that one can't see. Those ones can't see through. Oh, actually, that one can shoot at the tank at the back. 7. No, it's still on full profile. So the Melter hits, wounds. 5 up. Nope. D6. So that's 1 damage. And D3 for 1. Hits. Wounds. 5 up. So it takes a single damage, putting it down to 3. And we'll go on to the charge phase. So that's definitely charging in there. And that is the only thing that can charge. So we'll do the 4 attacks, hitting on 3s, and I can reroll one of them. Wounding on 2s, saving on 6s. So 2 go through, so that's 4 damage. He has 4 wounds. And we will consolidate into the tank, who gets D3 attacks on 3. Does he even get that? Does he get 1 attack? Oh, he always gets 4 attacks. Hitting on 6s. Nothing. This one will attack. And I can reroll 1. 3s. And there are 6 ups. Oh, and you kill 2. The last thing to attack is the Poxwalkers. Hitting on 4s. That's into this one. Wounding on 5s. Saving on a 3. No! Oh! The Immolator finally takes a wound. And the Knight. Wounding on 5s. Saving on a 3. No! The Knight takes a wound. The Immolator gets 3 attacks back. 1 hit. 1 wound. Oh, 6 up. Nope. We take 1 more down. And that is 2 more points, putting it on to 4 to 8. And I think at this point, the Death Guard player will concede. There's no way to score any of these or any of the other ones. If you discard one, what comes out won't be any use. So at the end there, the sisters have rooted the Death Guard and the Knights have rooted them as well. Apart from the big explosion, that was something else. So yeah, with that, thank you very much for watching the Icaran sector. This has been Andrew, and this has been a 2,000 point solohammer game. So I can play games at different sizes, it seems, which is quite nice. And shiny new dice, shiny new models, and new model syndrome. Didn't get that one. It'll come in the next game, I suppose. So once again, please do like and subscribe. Thank you for watching the Icaran sector. Please do follow along. We've got more bat reps to come once I film them. Tokyo is... who knows when it's going to be safe to travel and meet up with other people, so it could be a solo hammer for a bit longer, but hopefully once things cleared out, we can get some kill team, we can get some couple of Age of Sigmar battles maybe coming up, and then lots more 40k. So we'll see you in the next video.